Okay, welcome back, everyone. I hope you learned something on our option trading 101 video that we posted last week. I just wanted to do a follow-up video here today, and I'm going to start with this chart. I wanted to post this on Sunday, but then I said to myself, you know what? Let me let the market open on Monday, and then we'll follow the chart and we'll post after the market close on Monday, okay? So I'm here on the chart. If you look here, this ticker closed at 336 last Friday on April 12th. I told everyone as I was posting on Facebook and Instagram that I truly believe that this ticker had the potential to come back and retrace to 320 and possibly to 300. I posted that probably two or three times as the 10-day period went by. The 10-day window went by from when we purchased at 380. And we have the guys in the group, my group chat, we have purchased this at 380. Then we sold after it went in the money. We had a strike at 370, a put strike at 370, and a put strike at 365. One thing that I do regret about selling the 365 put, I thought that I purchased another April 19th put, and it was an April 26th put. So I had a lot of time left on that one. That was one thing that I did regret because once we sold them, we doubled back, took our profits, came back and purchased more puts. And we moved our expiration date back. And we also purchased more puts. On that first video, I did one just to show you guys how to purchase the ticker when you're ready to do a put option. And I wanted you to see how to purchase one using the limit feature, which is when you manually enter the price that you want to buy the stock, and then you set it either for that day or set it for GTC, which is good till closed. Then I showed you how to purchase one just by selecting the market method. The market method is going to immediately purchase the ticker for you. Now, I don't really like doing the market method. I only did it for that video because I wanted to show you the two ways you can do this. I do not like the market method because with options, the immediately you'll see one price, and within 2 seconds, the price may go up $20, $10, $5. You don't know what that price is going to go to. It could drop as well, but if it's moving in the direction that I'm trying to purchase, usually it's going up. And I don't like purchasing at market because what will happen is, I think it happened on the day that I bought it on April 2nd. I think it was showing as 335 or 330. And when it went through, it was 340. But it's okay because as you guys seen last week, that ticker, it dropped immediately after we purchased it that day. On April 2nd, it dropped from April 2nd. I think the first day that we had a green day may have been, let me check here. Check on my phone. It dropped from April 2nd until April 9th. April 9th was the first green day, I believe. Uh, we'll check it later during this video, but I want to say April 9th was the first day that they had a green day. And I wasn't worried about their green day because this is how I trade. You don't have to listen to what I'm telling you. This is how I trade. If I know a stock has hit its 52-week high, this particular stock hit its 52-week high back in December or November. And if you fast forward and look at their chart, the stock was doing well. It was regressing, but it was still doing well and holding in that 470, 490 channel. Well, what happened was on March 21st, their earnings report came out, and they beat what the market thought they would come back with, which is what you want to happen. However, some news came out, and you guys can do your own due diligence on that. But some news came out, and me being the investor that I am, I watched it. I didn't buy right then. I watched it. The stock went from 478 to about 403 in the same trading session, the same day. The news came out. I think the earnings came out on the 20th, March 20th, and the news came out on the 21st. And that ticker plummeted 75 points in one session. So, because I didn't get in right then, I just watched for another day or so, another few days. And I do this because what I want to see is how many puts are being purchased, how many calls are being purchased. You can see all of this data, all of this information can be seen when you click on the window. And once you see that, it gives you an idea about where this ticker could possibly go. Now, one that stood out to me, and I should have screenshot it that day that I was showing you guys how to buy, but I found it that same day when I got offline with you guys. There were 60,000 open interest puts on this ticker, and I interest on a put option. All right. Now, something else that I noticed was a lot of calls being placed. Now, one thing my professor taught me in college was this is what his quote was: never try to catch a falling knife. And what he meant by that is when you see a stock drop drastically, do not try to jump in and say to yourself, okay, that was a big drop. Let me go ahead and buy the stock. Whether you're buying a stock or buying a call option, let me go ahead and buy. He told us never do that. You let it drop until you truly see a correction. So that morning when I shot that video for you guys, I pulled up a chart. You can go back and look at the video. I pulled up a chart, and then I told you where I thought it would go. All right. So we're here today. There was a time frame that I told you guys I talked about. All right. So if you look here, it closed at 336. Pre-market, it was up $6. Starts to taper off around 9:45. And then what we had was a dip and rip. It came back up. Okay. Now, I told everyone in my group chat, I said, you know what? This is a pump fake. This is not real. All right. And I started to grab more, but I wanted to see how this played out. So if you look here, that time frame that I told you was 10:30 to around 11:15. That is the window where things start to taper off. And if you look at the bottom of my screen, you'll see as I'm sliding what happened. What happened at 10:30? Look at that. Look at that. That's 10:30. We had a triple top at 10:30. From 10:30 until 10:36, we had a triple top. 1, 2, 3. We had a triple top. Then we had a dip. And look at that dip. All right. Came back down to 338. All right. Now, here's another fake dip and rip. Here's another fake one. Look, dipped 11 to 11:25. We had action, and it looks like, okay, this is headed in the right direction. It's going to test that open price point 343. And if you know anything about charts, you want to make sure if it would have broken the 343, the next the next stage that I would look for was it trying to break past 345, 347. But if you look here, it never broke 343 again. So here it tapered off again. Another fake. It kept hitting 342.79, 342.85. It never broke 343 again. So at this point, this is when I said, okay, now it's time to make a move. I purchased more, and I told everybody in the group chat to purchase some. Some of them did, others didn't. Now, you trade how you want to trade, but when my gut tells me something, I'm going with it, okay? Now look here. Look at this. From 12:26 to the end of the day, we never broke 342 again. Never. Look. Never broke 342 again. And what do you know? Usually when you see a triple top or, you know, two, it's going to break in a negative direction. It's not going to, if it's a good stock, it'll break in the positive direction. A good stock would be a good chart to watch and see some triple tops break in the right direction and go up and rip, dip and rip, would be Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG. That would be a good ticker to watch to see it go in the positive direction. This ticker, the puts that I purchased, they went up 100% from 12:48 until the end of the day. They went up 100% in just 4 hours. And that's not even including the ones that I already owned. In the video, we purchased those at $416 and $440. The 70 and the expiration date of April 16th is currently worth $3,420. All right. You have increased your investment by 825.7%. All right. In 10 days. That's what I mean when I talk about options. Options and penny stocks. A lot of people frown on them. A lot of people don't like them. I think some people just don't know, the return that you can receive on them when they actually do work in your favor. So they talk down on them, but trust and believe these are game changers. All right.